Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
The nature of the drift is slightly different. This phenomenon is only possible with the front axle. In the case of drifting, the vehicle does not change its vector of motion after turning the steering wheel. This is caused by the wheels of the steering axle losing traction with the road surface. In the event of a drift, the vehicle may only deviate slightly from the straight vector even though the wheels are fully turned out. Ignoring road surface conditions. Most often drivers make this mistake on the roads in winter or during leaf fall. At such times, there is a high probability, being in the arc of the turn, to get on the icy or covered with wet leaves. Abrupt change of traction coefficient with the road surface will inevitably lead to sliding of one or both axles. Improper pedaling. A sharp press on the gas in a rear-wheel drive car can provoke a skid in the same way as hitting the brakes when cornering in the case of a front-wheel drive car. The basis of the fundamentals, even a perfect understanding of the theoretical principles of skidding and anti-skidding, will not help you if you don't follow a few simple rules, comfortable seating and proper hand position on the steering wheel. The last factor is especially important, as every fraction of a second counts in regaining control of the car. Concentration, which is commensurate with the road circumstances. You should not take your eyes off the road if you are driving in poor visibility or slippery road conditions. Rear axle drive autos. In the event of a rear-wheel drive car skidding, the procedure is as follows. It is necessary to hit the clutch and take your foot off the gas pedal. If the car has an automatic transmission, it is enough to simply release the accelerator pedal. By working with your feet, you contribute to the return of traction of the rear wheels with the roadway. At the same moment you should start turning the steering wheel towards the skid. If you turn clockwise, the steering wheel should be turned in the opposite direction. Front-wheel drive. For a front-wheel drive car, the procedure is as follows. Twist the steering wheel to the side of the skid. Never release the throttle. You can even add traction to the wheels by matching the force. The amount of force to be applied will depend on the degree of development of the skid. In the initial stage of development, even 30% of pedal travel will be sufficient. To overcome a deep skid, the pedal must be pressed to the floor. The essence of manipulation is to start performing, which should be lightning fast, in order to pull the car out of the skid with the leading axle. For skidding a four-wheel drive car is the most difficult situation presented. The problem is that all wheels are connected to the accelerator pedal at once. At the same time, each wheel receives its own portion of torque from the engine. This factor depends on several parameters at once: the type of all-wheel drive, differential settings, the driver's choice of 4x4 control mode, the presence of intelligent stabilization systems and others. Each SUV or crossover is different in this respect. The only condition that remains true is turning the steering wheel towards the skid. But you need to be particularly careful with the gas. Professionals recommend pressing the accelerator pedal just enough not to lose traction on the wheels. It is impossible to add gas, as we would do it in the case of a front-wheel drive car, or, on the contrary, to release it completely when driving a car with a leading rear axle. How to avoid dynamic skidding? The main mistake of many drivers is a delayed reaction to the behavior of the car. Even for experienced drivers, sliding is not a common situation, so they are not only often lost, but also do everything late. Reacting to the slip and trying to catch the rear of the car, the driver twists the steering wheel toward the skid. The car straightens out. It is this moment that is the most crucial. Straightening, the car has inertial force, which will now provoke a skid, but already in the opposite direction. To prevent this, return the steering wheel to the 0 position shortly before the moment when the car straightens. On a front-wheel drive car, you can even slightly release the throttle at such times to allow the wheels to catch the road. It is quite difficult to do this, so even a good driver may need several techniques to do it. It is important that the amplitude of turning the steering wheel at each subsequent attempt to catch the rear of the car is smaller than the previous one. Only in this case you will be able to regain control of the car. It is worth recognizing that for almost 90% of drivers on the road, pressing the brake pedal is almost instinctive. In order not to aggravate the situation by pressing the brakes instinctively, the first time you need to periodically remind yourself of this rule. It is best to reinforce it with practice. Skid. Now you know the ways to stop skidding, but what to do when the wheels are turned and the car continues to stick straight? You'll have to get rid of another detrimental instinct. Most drivers, not feeling the response from the car when turning the steering wheel, begin to twist the steering wheel to a greater angle. You need to do the diametrically opposite, slightly reduce the angle of the steering wheel. It is strictly forbidden to press the gas at this moment. As soon as the car starts to turn, you can again turn the steering wheel a little. In this way you will be able to find the edge of grip between the wheels and the road surface, overcome drifting and prevent the car from skidding. Practical lessons, even a perfect understanding of the theory, will not help you to act adequately in an emergency situation. The main key is practice. You need to learn to feel the car, to feel the force of inertia, to adequately work the pedals and steering wheel. It is best to start such practice in winter, as dry pavement will wear out the units and assemblies of your car. For practice you need to find a deserted stretch of road, where you could without unnecessary fears to try to provoke skidding, drifting, or sliding of all four wheels. Of course, you can hone the techniques of emergency driving at specialized courses. Emergency driving courses, drifting training. In conclusion, understanding how to respond effectively in the event of a skid or drift is crucial for every driver. By recognizing the common causes of losing control, such as sudden braking or sharp turns, you can better prepare yourself for unexpected situations on the road. Remember to stay calm, steer in the direction you want to go, and avoid overreacting. Practicing these techniques in a safe environment can significantly enhance your confidence and control behind the wheel. Always prioritize safety and be mindful of road conditions to reduce the risk of skidding. Stay safe and drive responsibly.